Good morning. Day 59, Bama to Baxter, 24th day on the AT. I took yesterday off in the town of Hot Springs. I'm just now leaving the town of Hot Springs. Pretty cool town. One of the best trail towns that I've been in, on both between the long trail and the AT and Pinhoti, just because everything is so conveniently located. The Laughing Heart Hostel was a great place to stay, a really laid back atmosphere, and just so close to town where everything's at. So just getting moving this morning. Climbing up out of Hot Springs. It's been a tough climb, but I feel like I can't quite put my finger on it, but something feels different about today. I feel like it's kind of entered into like a new phase of this through hike. I just can't quite figure out what that is yet. But I would say that the town of Hot Springs, getting there, it was a big milestone. When I originally planned to through hike the AT, that was before I added the extra 400 plus miles of the Pinhoti and the BMT section. I knew that if I got to Hot Springs, I had a chance to make it the whole way. Hot Springs is roughly around the 273 mile mark, which is the exact distance of the Vermont Long Trail. So I knew if I could get that far, I've already done that. I might have a good shot at going the whole way, but I think that has something to do it. Plus Frodo left town yesterday, so don't have my hiking buddy with me anymore. But anyway, just moving forward, just kind of my thoughts for today. The other thing that's been going on today is when I left town, I just kind of had this like wave of sadness overshadowing me. You know, I'm missing my family. I got to talk to my wife quite a bit in town, so that was nice. But I guess the other nice and refreshing thing about this trail is you meet so many people out here, and you start to build some friendships out here, and you can run across someone one day and then you kind of go your own separate ways and you don't run into people. It might be another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, and then you'll run into those people again. When you see them again, it's like you're so happy to see them because you've met them before, and so it's like a familiar face, I guess. But one of those guys is a guy named Logan. I met on, it was around Springer Mountain when I was just finishing up the BMT section. He was just starting the AT. So I'd met him there, and then I ran into him right before Franklin. And then again, I ran into him in Hot Spring. So we chatted quite a bit this morning before I left, and so it was kind of sad to see him go, because he was just out doing a section, and you know, it's kind of sad to see him go home because I know he's not quite ready, but he didn't plan on doing the whole AT. He just planned on doing a section, but it was really good to see him. But someone else I ran into, which was nice, I first ran into this couple in Franklin, and then again right before the Smokies, and then as I was headed out of town today, I ran into him again. A couple Keystone and Rosebud, just ran into them, so it was cool to see them again. They're just headed into Hot Springs, and I believe they are taking today off. So yeah, it was really cool to bump into them once again. But onward we go. Mountain Fire Tower. This is a pretty nice fire tower. It's all open in the inside. Only about 9 miles in for the day, or I would stay here for the night. I just made it to camp, a little over 14 miles today. Definitely been struggling coming out of town, especially on the days where I take my zeros or my days off. I think my problem is I go into town, I eat way too much, and I'm so sluggish when I get back on trail. But this is my tarp setup for tonight. It is supposed to rain, possible thunderstorms. Got it in like a diamond configuration with this side up higher. It's just so humid. I'm trying to give it some more airflow with the right side propped up by my trekking pole. And I, on a few episodes back, I had mentioned I had a problem with it leaking. It turned out it wasn't leaking. What was happening was when I have one side like raised up too high, like raised above the tarp level, what I was finding was water was coming down the line and then going like underneath of the tarp. So to try and fix that, I've added this drip line here, and I've used this on a couple nights when it was raining, and just adding that like drip line, basically the water comes down here, collects on this drip line, and then goes down this line instead of going inside the tarp. But that'll be it tomorrow, or that'll be it for today. Hope you all have a good night. Good morning. Day 60 Bama to Baxter. 25th day on the AT. Just getting moving. It was a miserable morning. It's about 11:30. I stayed under my tarp until the rain stopped. I definitely had some like either like sideways rain or something, because like the top of my ground sheet got all wet, which then got my bivvy wet. So, and my quilt's a little bit of wet. So I'm really hoping it clears up today so I can kind of string things up to dry out before bedtime tonight. But yeah, just getting moving this morning. I mentioned at the end of my last episode, before I left Hot Springs there, that I was changing up my food. Last night for dinner, oh my god, it was so good. I had two of them. It was in a, what was it, tortilla shell, not shell, like a soft shell. 2 scoops of peanut butter sprinkled with some crushed Doritos. My god, that was good. It was a nice change. My only concern is those 2 wraps took up about 25%, maybe 30% of the jar of peanut butter that I brought. So I'm not quite sure that's going to last me the 4 to 5 days, however long it takes me to do this section. But that was yummy. Oh my god. Delicious, delicious. I'm so sick of walking through rain and mud. I miss my umbrella. Oh, I wish it wouldn't have broke. Looks like I'm not the only one that's miserable today. Today's been a day, what everyone says, put one foot in front of the other. It's been a pretty miserable day. I'm stopping here for lunch. We'll see if I keep going. Good morning. Day 61 Bama to Baxter. 26th day on the AT. I did not do my normal end of day recap yesterday. I got to a shelter where I meant to stop for lunch. It was about 7 miles yesterday, and I just had enough. I had enough of walking through the cold rain. I got there, there was a couple guys that had a fire going. Really cool guys. Got to talking to them with them, and I just said, oh, I'm done. So that has been my shortest day on trail, but so I've got about 50 miles to get to Irwin, Tennessee. I think I have enough food for about 3 days, so that's my plan right now. Last night was pretty cold. It's really cold this morning. I'm gonna guess in the high 20s, low 30s, but just getting moving here, trying to move quick to get some body heat going. Yeah, onward we go, but yeah, just keeping it real. Yeah, yesterday sucked. It was miserable walking in the rain, so I'm glad it's not raining today. So onward we go. Well, I had to remind myself of a few things this morning. One, I'm running out of food. If I'm gonna keep eating, keep fueling myself, I need to get in some decent miles today. And two, you always got to find the good in things out here, even when it gets tough. And for me today, that is I do my best hiking and enjoy it the most when it is cold out. I love hiking in the cold. I don't know, my body seems to do better in the cold than any other time, so I'm going to try and crush out some miles today to make up for really like the past day and a half where I didn't really do that many miles. So we'll see how many miles I can make up today so that I don't run out of food. I'm really enjoying myself rock hopping today. This has been enjoyable, very enjoyable. Someone compare it to the whites. They're going to be in for a surprise when they actually get to the whites, because these are just like little baby rock gardens. Not even close to the whites. They ate the big fire scob knob with elevation a little over 4,500 feet. Pretty cool up here. Just came to the Big Butt bypass. It must be a bad weather bypass, but another one of those funny trail names. I think I'll stay on the AT though. Well, I'm almost to camp. There's a shelter area down over the hill here I'm going to stop at and set up my tarp. It's been almost 24 miles today. I would have stopped sooner, but I didn't realize I was in a bit of a dry section. I haven't had water for about 5 or 6 miles. So I can't wait to get there, set up camp and eat. I am pretty hungry.